Tonight, tonight, the American Adventure now has merchandise for all 50 states, but not Puerto Rico. Too soon for that.
Wow.
The Trader Sam's Hitchhiking Ghost Tiki Mug is back for 2017, and now it's red. It could be worse. They could have just put pipes all over it. And we're canceling all of our 2018 episodes of News Tonight because we have to change the light bulbs in here. It's going to be in the way. There's no way we can do shows next year. It's not possible. You've read WDW News Today. Now it's time for WDW News Tonight.
Live from Orlando, Florida, WDWNT.com, the worldwide leader in Disney Parks news, presents radio's only show about Walt Disney World, WDW News Tonight. Now, here are your hosts, Tom Corliss and Nick Licicero.
Yay, fake applause! Woo! Thanks, Michelle. Glad your computer works this week.
Yeah,
kind of. And your reaction here. Good. Nick in there, Jason. Yeah. Michael, all these people are here, and I'm Tom Carlson. You're not. That's confirmed.
Wow.
It was a fun week. Oh, and yes, I was right as usual. So anyway, yeah.
Did people argue about that?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Of course.
I was also yelled at that a half marathon isn't a marathon.
Wow.
It's half.
It is half.
That's like saying a 10-piece chicken nugget and a 20-piece chicken nugget are not both chicken nuggets.
No.
I don't agree with this. I don't agree.
It's definitely different. It's definitely different.
If I ate half a cookie, I still ate a cookie.
No, you only ate half a cookie.
But it's still the same thing. I just did a half of it.
Look, all of them are dumb running events anyway. Who cares?
Anyway.
No comment.
We'll move on. Pretty alienated half of the audience.
Yep.
Someone in the chat said Tom light bulb lists.
Oh, that's a good one.
Oh, man. Anyway. All right, now the news. Because we had nothing interesting to talk about at the top of the show, apparently. Brought to you by TeePublic. Run Disney has canceled all of their race events for the Disneyland Resort in 2018 and beyond due to construction projects that will interfere with the events happening. While we stated it would be more than 2 to 3 years before race returns to Anaheim, Disney is unwilling to mark a possible return date for any of these events at this time. Something about previous experience with announcing an expected opening date for some park thing. Didn't go well. And now Tom Staggs works in the stock room of Mouse Gear. Yep. Anyway.
That was a hearty laugh.
Drink up me hearty yo-ho. Anyway, the Disneyland. It's this shirt. The Disneyland Resort will host its last Run Disney event November 9th through the 12th, 2017, the Superheroes Half Marathon Weekend. The route for the half has been altered to now pass the Anaheim City Council building, where an inflatable Mickey hand with one finger extended will mark the race's halfway point. It's going to be great. Anyway.
So weird. I mean, I guess it makes sense. They don't want to have to deal with runners and courses.
I'm sure they could have calculated a new route.
Yeah.
You know who could have calculated a new route really easily?
Who's that?
Bob Chapek, because he's a robot.
Yes, he could have.
Yeah, so no, Nick, Nick, you've run a couple of races out there. How do you feel about that?
No, that's sad. It's nice running out there. I don't know enough about I've been out there a few times, but I really don't know enough about the lay of the land to know what streets the construction is impacting necessarily.
Well, the rumor is people are saying that there's a lot more to it. There's obviously the war with the city council.
Mm-hmm.
There's the fact that they would have to pay all the police officers who help,
Okay, so there's more into
running, and volunteers now have to get a certain amount of pay, and people are saying it wasn't they weren't going to make a lot of money, so they were kind of like, well, maybe these don't make sense anymore. That being said, I mean, Eastern Gateway would basically be happening on one of the major entrances to the resort. The other major entrance would be the work on the new hotel. And then between you'd have the Marvel and Star Wars.
Yeah, it's a lot
construction. So it is a lot, and I'm sure that was definitely going to complicate things, but there probably is more to it than that.
And you have to route the routes go through the parks too. So you're going backstage, you're going through the parks. There's all the construction.
Yeah, all those runners have to go through the security checkpoints now. It's such a big complicated thing.
Oh man. Because there's no Eastern Gateway, they got to run through Captain Kidd's, like right through the buffet. It's bad.
I wonder if it'll increase registration over here. If they'll actually,
it has to.
Yeah,
there's got to be at least a small amount of people from over there that'll be like, "Oh, we should go try the Florida one."
Yeah, hopefully we
get. I wouldn't be surprised if we get more events here.
Yeah,
because they'll have, Run Disney will have more time to develop more events that they originally were spending on 4 additional events out there.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll get
Guardians of the Galaxy race.
Maybe just Everest and Tower come back,
I would love the Everest one. Nick and I did that one.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, see, I would do that.
We got a compass.
That was like the one I would do.
That was fun.
It was very fun. Jumped over hay.
Certainly can't do that anywhere else.
Went around hay.
Yeah.
Anyway. I had a knee brace on. I was not jumping over.
I wasn't as athletic back then.
Anyway.
That would top physical form.
Oh man!
Watch out!
That or the hay was just too tall for you to climb over.
I couldn't even see over it.
Anyway, Disney has released a new, very limited package for the Christmas season, dubbed the Ultimate Disney Christmas Package. Well, good name. It includes a host of exclusive extras. The package includes check-in on Thursday, December 21st, and check-out on Tuesday, December 26th. Who doesn't want to fly the day after Christmas? Stay at a moderate or deluxe resort, hopefully one not half closed at the moment.
Or full of dogs.
Yeah, one of the either way. Or runners. Minimum 4-day Magic Your Way ticket with Park Hopper. Includes the Christmas party on December 21st. Includes special access to Pandora in the evening, where you can join the end of a 3-hour line for Flight of Passage after park closed. A special meet and greet character experience at Hollywood Studios on December 23rd. The character, of course, being Matt, the general contractor. A Christmas Eve dinner buffet with live entertainment at Epcot, so beer garden, and a special Christmas gift delivered to your room on December 25th, a piece of the Great Movie Ride, one of the 7 Horcruxes of Tom Corliss. There you go. Great package. Yeah. Michelle, we're trying to do a family-friendly show here. If you couldn't tell by my Puerto Rico joke. Anyway, I know it's October 18th, but Christmas decorations have already gone up at Disney's Hollywood Studios, with Sunset Boulevard covered in stars and the rest of the park themed to the sandy streets of Jerusalem, of course, where Christmas first occurred. Right, there's like a manger. Actually, I think it's a porta potty.
It's a modern day manger.
Not sure. Anyway, we'll move on. We're offending everybody. Earlier this week, we told you, earlier this year, I should say, we told you that a new scene was coming to Star Tours The Adventures Continue at Disneyland and Disney's Hollywood Studios. That's right, something will open at Disney's Hollywood Studios that will place guests in the middle of an epic battle. The action takes place on the planet of Crate, which you've probably seen in a trailer, between a poor yelling and distasteful teases of Princess Leia dying. Well, today Disney announced that this exciting new sequence inspired by the latest film will debut on November 17th at Disneyland and Hollywood Studios, November 22nd, at Disneyland Paris, because they can never have anything right away, and as previously announced, Tokyo Disneyland on December 15th.
It's exciting.
So maybe I should go to Paris to that for my birthday.
Well, they'll give you something to do in Paris.
Yeah.
Other than look at pretty buildings.
And rats.
No further details. What?
My friend was just there and said that there were rats like running everywhere at the Eiffel Tower, and it smelled like urine.
Well, yeah. Wow. Where do you think all the food comes from?
Now you know why. Ratatouille.
A lot of little chefs.
I did. I saw I know they joke about it in New York City, but like I actually saw my first gigantic rat in the subway this trip, and it was literally as big as my pug.
They're down there, yeah. You know what's funny?
Amazing.
In all the years I lived there, I think I only saw one in the city, like in Manhattan, 2 or 3 times in my life somehow.
Yeah,
and that's it.
I haven't seen him.
You'd think you'd see it more, but
he was huge. He kind of came out into the platform, looked around, then ran back into.
Yeah. I mean, there's no way to like get rid of them. They're down in the subway.
It was
you
massive.
can't really do anything down there.
It's bigger than that flashlight.
It's freaking me out.
Anyway, no further details have been announced on that scene, but it's likely it'll be locked into every Star Tours ride profile for a while following its debut, just as was done for the Jakku sequence when Force Awakens premiered, and every time you ride more than once in the same day and get the same one over and over. Thank you. Thank you for the pity chuckle. I appreciate it.
Gotta earn it.
Now, through November 11th, 2017, Walt Disney World cast members can enjoy 20% off food and non-alcoholic beverages at the Epcot International Food and Wine Festival. This was agreed upon at the latest union wage negotiation in lieu of any sort of pay raise.
Why not? That reminds me of the Simpsons episode where Homer negotiated for a keg of beer. You're like, sure.
That is similar to the cast member.
Remember that one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Lisa needed braces.
Oh.
Lisa needs braces. Lisa needs braces.
That's your Homer Simpson?
Yeah. No,
Are you
Marge
finished?
Dagging Homer.
Can I continue?
Yeah.
With our live show?
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm just saying. I'm equating it to current pop culture.
Yes, current
1995.
show from
From 20
before
years ago.
most of our listeners were born. The American Adventure at Epcot is now selling a special collection of merchandise celebrating all 50 states in the United States. Included in the collection are shirts, hats, mason jar glasses, license plate magnets, and signs for every state. And each state has different character art, like Nevada has Chip, Dale, and Clarice performing. Mickey Mouse is painting a picture for Illinois, and New Jersey has the rescuers speeding out of the swamp on a fan boat. Yes.
Or New Jersey.
Yes. Some of the signs have some cool text on them, like Illinois marks the birthplace of Walt Disney. Georgia is labeled as the peachy state, and Florida says, oops, we did it again. What we're talking about, you'll have to guess. Are you eating candy in the middle of the show?
You gave
No, I'm
us
not
candy.
eating the candy. I'm sorting the candy. You told
You're
me to sort
sorting the candy.
it. Can
Sorting.
you hear it?
Yeah.
I brought
Sorry.
several bags of Halloween party candy. I don't even know if your camera's like not even working.
What happened?
I don't know. The connection's terrible. So I'm just getting a black
Right.
screen.
Yeah.
Aw.
Anyway, there's candy in there I brought from the Halloween party, several extra bags. And we're going to throw that into prize bags. It's not chocolate, but lifesavers and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And so
There's
Michelle is
blue
sorting it
Starburst.
out.
Blue star. What are they
Burst.
called? Starbursts.
Star.
What?
There's- there's two
no, burst.
different-
Yeah.
There's
Yes, Starburst. It says it on
Batty
the package.
Blackberry. And then there's this.
You
blue
could just
one.
read the
Yeah.
package if you're curious what the candy is.
Well, I ripped open. That's why what you were hearing.
You're supposed to be sorting it, not eating it.
Well, I want the blue ones.
I can't send people just half of a Starbucks. Oh, forget it. Half of a Starburst.
Why not? A half of a Starburst is the exact same thing as a full one. Exact same thing. No difference.
You race people are the worst. The worst. I'd rather stay in a dog hotel room than with you. Anyway, speaking of dog hotel rooms, select Walt Disney World hotels now allow dogs to stay for a fee of $50 to $75 a night, or $69 to $94 less than a Disney After Hours ticket for a human. A maximum of 2 dogs per room can be accommodated. Each guest room will have easy access to outdoor pet walkways for exercise and green spaces with pet relief areas. Guests are asked to still use the toilets in their rooms. At check-in, Pluto's welcome kit for dogs will include mat, bowls, a pet ID tag, a courtesy plastic disposable bags, puppy pads, and dog walking maps. Also included a Pluto Do Not Disturb door hanger indicating that a pet is in the room or that the people in the room are doing it.
Doggy style.
Hey!
Oh, boy.
Hey, we left it vague. It was a vague joke. Jeez.
Sorry, I'm on a sugar high.
Yes, she is.
Yeah, that's why. You're not usually a troublemaker. Human guests, meanwhile, will get a resort map, a parking permit, and some gray magic bands because they couldn't figure out how to get them online. So the dogs got more. There are plenty of policies. I amuse myself. There are plenty of policies. I like that one. There are plenty of policies and rules to follow if you bring your dog. Like if the dog makes noise constantly, you'll be called to come and respond to it within a half hour. Meanwhile, those kids running up and down the hall will be allowed to continue to do so. Yes.
Always slamming the doors.
They're not even wearing their ID tags. They're supposed to wear. Just peeing in the hallway. And just, it's bad. Kid relief area.
I like the idea of dogs at Fort Wilderness, though.
That one I get, and that's the one I think should remain. I don't think it's a brilliant idea otherwise, unless they designate an actual building.
Right.
Like they should go, if you're going to go for it, really go for it. Like build or convert a building somewhere where you can build like a dog park off to the side. And that whole building, and it's sort of like separated from everything else. And and people will be okay with it. It's a whole building full of dog people who will understand, like if a dog's barking, those people will be like, I have a dog. I understand that that's going to happen.
Yeah, like take a whole building at Pop or something.
Yeah, as opposed to having regular guests there who are going to complain and be mad about it. Just put them far away, somewhere where they could all be together as one and understanding of each other and avoid any problems anyway.
I'll be honest, as a dog owner, I really don't think it's fair to like bring your dog to a place that it's not used to and then leaving it in your room all day while you're at the park.
Yeah, I think that's silly.
I would never do that.
You're just giving your dog's anxiety.
The smart thing would be, like, I completely understand if somebody comes to Disney World and maybe they bring the dog every day to Best Friends, and then they want to pick up the dog and spend time with it in the evening and sleep, have the dog sleep there with them.
Yeah.
That I understand. I don't understand the idea of leaving a dog all day in a strange hotel room. That doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, I think what you're saying is what it should be. It should be a package where you have to make use of the doggy daycare in order to have the dogs stay at the hotel. Or like have grandma in the room with the dog, you know?
Yes, let's leave grandma in there.
When she gets too hot for the parks, doesn't want to deal with the kids anymore, she can go back to the room with the dog.
Anyway.
Or me.
Someone asked if we'll do a review of dog rooms.
Yes.
Yeah, we could take Coco and
Ahsoka.
Yeah.
We'll go hang out.
Yeah.
Let's
Are we
do it.
doing this? Is this a real thing?
I will.
We should.
We probably should. Anyway.
Hey, somebody asked for it. You got to do it now.
Yeah, right.
I'll
That's
put
the
it on
whole-
Snapchat.
Do
And
a
then
live
we can
Facebook
Live it. and
Yeah, we're doing this.
It'll be fun. We can do that for my birthday.
Done.
Yay.
Tom, book it.
That's much better than going to Paris.
Yeah, totally.
It probably is.
Oh, jeez. Wow.
A new 350-room tower hotel is being constructed next door to the Swan and Dolphin at Walt Disney World. The theme, Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yes, it's about time.
The new
Swan,
resort.
Dolphin, and Raccoon.
Yeah, there you go. And Groot. Swan, Dolphin, Groot. The new resort will be built on the site of the tennis courts. The tennis courts, of course, an opening day park attraction, now being taken away for something IP based. In order to accommodate, oh boy. In order to accommodate the work, hole 1 of the Fairways course at Fantasia Gardens will have to be moved, and that'll be done once that angry dad throwing clubs stops screaming.
That's a really hard course.
It is.
That's the joke.
I'm explaining it.
Yes. Thank you. That's how you know it's good, when you have to explain it.
Yep.
Yes.
Tom and I tied.
On the hard one?
What do you mean we tied?
Or did you beat me by
I
one?
beat you by like a bunch.
No.
Didn't I come back and beat you?
Right, but I think we tied at the end.
No, I
I
won.
swear we tied.
I definitely won.
We had to have a rematch because we tied.
I don't know about this.
Again, we can Facebook Live it.
Last time I played fairways, I shot under par.
I crumbled at the end. I was up at like 5 or 6 strokes, and I crumbled in the last few holes.
No.
Yeah.
Did you get overheated?
Maybe.
Was it hot?
All right. We go with that.
I think it was in the winter.
Then your fingers got cold.
Thank you, Michelle.
Sure. Anyway.
Just trying to help.
Yeah.
Speaking of sports, guests buying or renewing their annual passes at the Amway Center, of all places, will receive a free Orlando Magic jersey because they sure as hell can't sell them.
That's awesome.
The jerseys, of course, will then be free to the people who steal them off of you because you're in downtown Orlando. It's a bad area.
I was just there tonight on my way here.
Mm-hmm.
But don't feel bad. They're just going to use them to burn them for heat as they live under the I-4 overpass.
Wow.
So it's okay. Don't worry about it.
Man, we're getting everybody tonight.
Have you ever been down there?
So
it's a
good.
terrible area. Downtown Orlando is not where you want to go.
Hey, I had lunch with Mayor Buddy Dyer today, and he will tell you
Oh,
that
did you?
it is a great city.
Yeah. He's also the voice of the plastic garbage new monorails at the airport. So that really
That's true.
is going over well.
That's true. I didn't get a chance to ask him about those.
You should.
Those are awful.
He replaced
plastic garbage.
Jack Wagner, and I'm not okay with it.
Yeah, I like Jack.
So. The newest ear headband craze is here for the holiday season, and it's the ugly Christmas sweater mouse ear headband.
Wow.
This headband is the latest in a series of bets internally at Disney to see how ugly they can make these things before people stop buying them. It looks like Pennywise is balding and covered it with an ugly sweater. Have you seen this thing? I don't know if we have a picture of it. It's probably too late.
I'm bringing it up on my phone since my...
Regardless, they are selling really fast as many look to acquire them before the actual holidays begin, and eBay sellers try to fill the gaps between their daily Trader Sam's mug listing.
Oh boy. There they are.
Gotta strengthen the lineup. Oh, do we have we have an image? It should be on your screen momentarily, maybe. There it is. There's something. I don't know what.
Those are horrible.
Yeah.
It's like cross-dressing Ronald McDonald.
I don't understand. Like, how many? You have to go through a lot of levels to get approved for merchandising.
Like,
But people are buying them. It's not like they've made a mistake.
I don't understand the ugly sweater part of it. Like, it doesn't strike. I mean,
It would be
yeah,
cute
It's an
without
ugly
the puffs.
sweater pattern.
well, that's
The ugly
The
sweater
bow
pattern
is.
is cute.
Right.
Yeah.
Correct.
yeah. No,
The
I think the
puffies.
big orange puffs are what's ugly.
Yeah, no, they're red.
Red, orange, whatever.
No, they're weird. I don't necessarily
I
understand
mean,
that
why didn't
part
they just
either.
make that whole thing the ugly sweater pattern?
Yeah, I
I
don't
would
know.
buy it that way.
I don't know.
Or black ears with the ugly sweater bow.
Yeah, who knows?
I don't know. People are buying them regardless.
It's just an ugly
Mm-mm.
mouse ear pattern.
Nope. Not a fan.
Anyway. The 2017 version of the Hitchhiking Ghost Tiki mug has been released at Walt Disney World, a social experiment of how long you can make people wait before selling them a mug. Because it's such a complicated thing to do, sell a mug to people. Seriously, you have to get in line early, wait to get a wristband at 2:30, then wait until 4 to buy the mug outside, but then wait in another line to actually be handed the mug you bought outside, inside, all while drinking the worst theme park drink since anything that isn't butterbeer at the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. Yeah. It's like this mug has more pre-shows than Flight of Passage.
Oh, bazinga.
Yeah. All of this for an item that could easily be sold at a register of any kind with one single file line.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the interesting thing, servers at Trader Sam's are really upset. Like they have a real attitude about this whole thing. Hey, cast members, the people in line, they're not happy either. So maybe talk to your manager about it. How about that?
So would they be upset because they're not getting a tip, basically?
They're getting more money.
Oh.
It would be slow at 4 o'clock.
Yeah, but there are people actually going and drinking and tipping on the bill.
Even if half of the people in the line tip, which people I was with, including myself, left a tip even though it was one drink and a mug. Still left a tip because that's what you do. There's a tip line and it is a food service location.
Yeah.
Someone's making you a drink.
Yeah, you tip on
So
that.
even if we could say maybe a quarter of the people out there don't tip, and that I think is still over exaggerating, they're still going to probably make more in tips in that hour than they typically would from 4 to 5 o'clock.
All right.
I think that's a safe assumption. But instead, they get real mad about it. I think it's really unfair. Like, yeah, there are people in that line that are definitely doing eBay reselling.
Yeah, they're seeing the same people every day.
But there's also people there who really just want a mug to take home. And it's not fair to be nasty to everybody there. It's really not. So it is what it is.
And they know who's showing up every day. Just be nasty to those people.
Yeah, I was going to say, be nasty to those people.
But can you be nasty to those people?
Yes.
Sure. Forget to put the alcohol in their drink.
They're the ones showing up. It's not like they're cheating. They're showing up at noon and sitting there. I mean, yeah, eBay reselling and gouging people is not a positive thing. But at the end of the day, they're not doing anything illegal. So there's nothing you can really do about that. And honestly, if it was just a line when people showed up and just bought the mug and could leave, then none of this would be a problem.
Right.
So,
well, I mean, we've seen for what? It's probably been, I don't know, 16 years now that Disney does not know how to handle merchandise releases.
Yeah, but even so, like,
be surprised.
The Epcot 35 merchandise releases, as big of a mess as they were, you still didn't wait like for that item 5 times. Like you didn't wait in 4 different spots.
No.
To get your Figment Funko Pop.
That's because of the way Trader Sam's does mugs of any kind. Not just this one.
Yeah, but this one has a high demand, so maybe you just sell this one in a store. Well, and I understand the war between food and beverage and merchandise, but like maybe don't make the mug or sell it in a way that's not crazy.
Yeah, like
make
sell
a
it
decision.
Make 20 times as many and sell it in boutique and be done with it.
Yeah.
So if
you're in a world where you're telling me you can't have the Disneyland Marathon because of construction, it makes 0 sense that you're handling a mug release in this way.
Like, do they make you take a table and everything? Or
no, you don't have to this year. Last year you had to.
Okay.
Last year you had to go in, which was insane.
So this is a little better.
It isn't because it's like, yeah, they added the outside window, but now that means you have to wait in 2 additional lines than you had to before. So you wait outside to get a wristband.
Right.
Then once you have the wristband, you have to get in the line outside to buy the mug.
Right.
Then you buy the mug and they hand you your fog cutter, which will murder you. And then you have to get on a line inside to pick up the mug.
Like with your receipt, like you would normal.
Well, why can't they just do it outside when they charge you?
Yeah.
Have someone stand there with the stamp and the mug and just stamp the receipts.
Yeah.
And hand you the mug.
All right. I give you that.
And it's over.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be an experience.
It is. It's supposed to be an experience.
It's not.
It's an experience in lunacy.
It is. There's definitely like psychiatrists behind like glass there somewhere. Like, all right, today we're going to see how many people we break. Like, we're going to see how far the human psyche can go. Anyway, I'm going to move on now. Speaking of mugs, Disneyland has released a series of mugs with attraction blueprints on them. In response, Universal has released a similar series of mugs, but they just show you how to put up large format screens of different shapes and sizes. It's a Sony installation.
Anyway, that's so good.
The Tokyo Disney Resort is welcoming 2 brand new events next year. Pixar Playtime and Feel the Force at Tokyo Disney Sea and Disneyland. In honor of the worldwide release of The Last Jedi, the event at Tokyo Disneyland will bring on a brand new update to Star Tours, as we mentioned earlier, as well as a Darth Vader helmet popcorn bucket. To complete the theme, all of the popcorn inside of the bucket will be burnt. The new Pixar-themed event coming to Tokyo Disney Sea in January of 2018 will feature many character meet and greets as well as games. And the event will have an overarching board game theme. This isn't the first park to be themed to a board game, though, as Hollywood Studios is currently themed to Sorry. Oh, that was better than what I was originally going to go with Walls and Ladders.
Yeah, no, I liked Sorry.
Yeah, Sorry makes more sense.
That's a good choice.
Look at that. I think this is fun. It's a 2-month promotion. People are freaking out about it ruining the theme of the park. It's like for 2 months in the off season, and then it's going away.
It's like Haunted Mansion Holiday ruins Haunted Mansion.
Well, it doesn't, though. That Haunted Mansion is terrible. So anyway, that's the news. Michelle, who brings us the news?
Well, Tom, that would be TeePublic. Don't forget to shop apparel and accessories for Disney fans through WDWNT.com and TeePublic. Just go to WDWNT.com and click the TeePublic ad to shop from hundreds of designs for t-shirts, phone cases, prints, and more, including exclusive WDWNT and WDW News Tonight logo apparel, as well as original creations such as Save Figment, the Epcot Center 35th anniversary list, 7, and more. Make the most of tonight's commercial breaks and shop through our extensive collection. TeePublic, an official partner of WDW News Tonight.
All right, so when we come back, we have a Halloween edition of the Pyramid, so we're taking callers now at 407-774-8255. That's 407-774-8255. We have all kinds of good stuff to give away, so please call in to play. And we'll be back with more tonight.
So what would you do with an extra $500 a month in your budget? $500. This isn't hypothetical, by the way. This is something you may need to think about very soon if you decide to become a member of MediShare. MediShare is a way to pay for your health care, and typically it costs $500 less per month for a family versus other healthcare plans. So seriously, think about this. You could pay off loans, pay down a mortgage, save the money for retirement, donate to charity. That would be a big deal. But you know what? Here's the best thing. MediShare works. It has 250,000 members, and it's growing fast. With MediShare, not only do you save, you don't have to pay for things you don't believe in either. And that is a beautiful thing too. So here's how you can find out more. And you might actually wind up saving even more than $500 a month. So check into it. Here's the number. Call 844-41-BIBLE. That's 844-41-BIBLE. Now available in Montana. Call 844-41-BIBLE.
Have you been to Charlie Granger's yet?
Charlie Granger's Hot Dogs, Brisket, and Barbecue in Apopka on 441 in the Victoria Plaza has quickly become the place to get great food for lunch or dinner.
They've got a gazillion hot dog varieties, from the Moheat to Orange County, the Blue Darter, Cape Fear, and more.
They're all delicious, but don't forget the brisket, thinly sliced, juicy, what flavor. And now you can get the Charlie Granger's Brisket Plate, topped with pimento cheese, along with their delicious sides, coleslaw, soups, the best gumbo in town, and cornbread.
Yeah, Charlie Granger's has the best hot dog varieties and mouth-watering brisket, but did you know that they also have some of the best barbecue in town? Slow cook and chop to order. Featuring Charlie's pulled pork plate, add their fresh and spicy baked beans, their signature mac and cheese. How about the white bean and brisket soup?
And when you combine great food with a casual, laid-back atmosphere, you found a great restaurant in Apopka that you'll be back to time and time again with family and friends.
Charlie Granger's Hot Dogs, Brisket, and Barbecue, now in the Victoria Plaza on US 441 West in Apopka.
Hi, I'm Steve Lash with Holiday Rent-A-Car, a division of Blue Book Cars. Finding yourself in need of a low-priced rent-a-car? Call us at Holiday Rent-A-Car. We can help you with all your rental car needs. Starting at only $14.99 a day, that's right, $14.99 a day, it won't break the budget. Whether your car is in the body shop, repair shop, or maybe you have family or friends that are visiting and need a car, we are here for any in-state rental car need. To be sure, Holiday Rent-A-Car is your lowest cost rent-a-car option. We have cars and minivans to rent, but make a reservation. At these low prices, they rent fast. Since 1980, Holiday Rent-A-Car in Sanford has helped thousands. Remember, we have a current service special of paying only $9.99 a day when your vehicle is being serviced at our shop. You know, Blue Book Service Center, the best, lowest price repair shop. So no waiting, and you can be more productive. So call us today at 407-321-0741 or visit us at bluebookcars.com. We're saving you money.
Trick or treat, trick or treat, trick or treat for Halloween. Better give a treat that's good to eat if you want to keep life serene. Trick or treat, trick or treat, trick or treat, trick or treat, trick or treat the whole night through. Little scalawags with beanie skag can make it.
Welcome back to WDW News Tonight. Hooray. It's a Halloween. No one called in. Right? Oh, wait, we have a call now. So we need multiple people to play Pyramid. So you people need to call in. And we have like Epcot 35 stuff still, and we got all kinds of good stuff. And so you people should call in and play. Because we got some cool things. But anyway, so we're taking a call now. Michelle just brought some food in for some reason. What did you bring? I can't see through glass what that is. What is it?
Free pasta.
Pasta. Okay.
Gluten free.
Sure. Just eat pasta in the middle of the show. Whatever.
It was National Pasta Day yesterday.
Great. This isn't a show. Anyway, someone said Tom map game list. Yeah, no map game. Not this week or next week. We're not doing map game. We also don't have Weird World Showcase food item of the week because I didn't get out to Epcot to buy it. So that'll be back another week. We'll have that for you. But yeah, I don't know. Nick's having a full conversation with somebody. I don't know if they want to play the game.
Yeah, he's explaining the whole.
Oh, the rules of the game.
He's got to
okay,
email
so we're getting ready.
Something.
I don't have anything else here, so we thought we'd have pyramid contestants by now, but people waited to call after the commercial break, which isn't helpful. Mug of the week is not even a Disney mug. I brought my last year's Halloween Horror Nights cup. You know, it's Halloween.
Sacrilege.
It's not sacrilege. It's the one good thing they do, and it's wonderful.
Does it glow? Don't they usually make the glowing mugs?
I don't think this one glows in the dark. I could be wrong. I don't believe it does.
I think the last time I went, I got one, and it was one of those spastic cups.
What's a spastic cup?
Like the little blinker that does the strobe. Well,
yeah,
like
they always have those.
like
That's like
strobey.
tradition, those cups.
Yeah.
They still do those. When's the last time you went?
It's been a couple years.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
It was good this year.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You went, Jason.
Yeah, twice.
Yeah, no, it was good this year. I took my parents. It was their first time ever. They loved it. They liked it more than the Halloween party.
Really?
Yeah.
That's because it's better than the Halloween party.
It kind of is, and that's why we're going to have that conversation next hour.
Depends on what you're into.
What a segue.
Yeah, no. It's not even that anymore, though. I think the Halloween party has gotten pretty stale. I think it's time for something to happen. But, Nick, how are we doing?
Thumbs up.
I got a thumbs up. Okay. I don't know what that means. It's positive.
It means that gluten-free pasta is pretty tasty.
It is really good, actually.
We'd say that they released a second Magic Band at the Halloween party. I don't know. I'm going to try and angle this so it's not so glary. Chip and Dale as cops and robbers dressed for Halloween.
Cute.
Yeah, it is. And the lighting effect it makes on the scanner is like a candy corn.
Ooh.
The three colors. It's really neat. It's a neat one. Although they did raise the price of limited edition Magic Bands to $39.99. So they are a little expensive now, just a little bit. You know. People in the chat are yelling at others to call in. Yeah, I agree. Someone else said, "Will it count as my one game per month if I call?" No, it will not. It's fine. The phone lines.
Nick is laughing hysterically.
Are
right
very
now.
open.
He's like multitasking like crazy.
When is Tom and Nick and Michelle are angry about things coming back? I don't know. I think we already talked about what we were angry about this week. I think it was all race related.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah.
And the ugly Christmas sweater mouse your headband.
And ugly Christmas sweater mouse here. That's what we're angry
Those things
about.
are horrible.
As Michelle shoves pasta into her.
I'm trying not to. I'm sorry. I'm hungry.
Nick, are we ready for a game of any? Nope, I'm getting the no. All right.
Nope. See, I told you the thumbs up was the pasta.
Nick, should we just do psychotic comments now? Could we do
No,
that?
wait. He's got something.
Now I'm being told no. This is riveting.
You're awful. Sully, remember, I have to get them their clue.
I understand that. I don't have a segment here this week. I thought we would have people.
Well, what did I miss last week? What can I chime in on?
Well, you didn't miss psychotic comments because he forgot to make them. So that didn't happen.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah.
All right. You guys ready to play the pyramid?
Sure.
All right, we're going to play the pyramid tonight here on WDW News Tonight. I want to introduce our two contestants for our first game of pyramid tonight. We're going to start off with Katie. Good evening, Katie.
Hey.
Hey, Katie, where are you calling in from tonight?
Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
All right.
Pittsburgh.
Go Pittsburgh. All right, we again strengthening our Pennsylvania contingent here on the show. Your teammate here is going to be Alyssa. Alyssa, good evening.
Hi, everyone.
Hey, Alyssa, where are you from?
I'm from Indiana.
Indiana. All right. Well, thank you for calling in, listening all the way in Indiana tonight. You guys are going to play the pyramid with us. Did you both get your category?
Yep.
All right, good. So what we're going to do is I'm going to have Katie go first. We're going to put 60 seconds on the clock. Katie, you have 6 words in the category in front of you, and you have to get Alyssa to guess all 6 of those words. Now, Alyssa, of course, if you want to, you could pass, and we'll get back to it. If you can't figure it out, we can go around the list. And Katie, remember, you can't use, obviously, any of the words on the list that you're trying to get her to guess to get her to guess, obviously. All right. So any questions?
No.
No? All right. And we're going to play 2 games tonight, and you all get a prize for playing, but the team that gets the most guesses correct will get one of the special grand prizes tonight, which is probably just extra candy. I don't know. All right, guys. So we're going to start off with you, Katie. So, Alyssa, you're going to try to guess the 6 words on her list. Now, Katie, your category that you're starting off with is in the doghouse. In the doghouse. Okay. So, Alyssa, these are Disney dogs. Disney dogs. All right. You ready?
All right.
You ready, Katie?
I am ready.
All right. Go ahead.
Okay. The first one is Lady's Bow.
Tramp.
Yes. Okay. The second one is Mickey's Dog.
Pluto.
Yeah. The third one is a white dog. I know Miley Cyrus is in this movie.
Oh, is that Bolt?
Yes. The fourth one is a basketball golden retriever.
A what? I'm sorry.
He plays basketball, and he's a golden retriever.
Oh, crap. Is it Airbud?
30 seconds.
Okay. The fifth one, he is Carl's dog in the end, and he wants to hunt down Kevin.
10 seconds.
Doug.
Yes. And the sixth one, I have no idea who this is, but there's an LA baseball team. They are the blanks.
Astros?
Okay, maybe I'm wrong with that.
Got it. Oh, out of time.
The LA Astros.
No, it's not bad. That's not bad. You guys got
Dodger.
5 right.
Come on, Oliver and Company.
Oh, sorry. Hold on, I haven't seen.
Dodgers.
Billy Joel. You've seen Bolt. But everybody's seen Bolt. Oliver and Company, no.
Well, you guys are getting
Bolt. Oh, I haven't seen Bolt either, but
okay.
That's all I know about that movie.
5 out of 6 matches there. Now, Alyssa, it's your turn here to give the clues. Katie, the category Alyssa is going to be talking about here is haunted goods. These are items you may see inside the haunted mansion. Alyssa, you ready?
Okay. Yep.
All right, 60 seconds on the clock. Go.
Okay, this is a lighting fixture hangs from the ceiling.
A chandelier.
Okay, this is what you go up to get from one floor to another.
Staircase.
Okay, this is, it's a musical instrument. It's with Madame Leota.
A piano. A horn, a trumpet.
Shake it, and it jingles.
A bell, a jingle, not a jingle bell.
Let's pass that one.
Okay.
What people are buried in?
A coffin.
30 seconds.
They sing Grim Grinning Ghost in the Graveyard scene.
They're singing their bus.
And then this is what the creepy hand goes across, and it reads a certain time.
A clock.
10 seconds.
A grandfather clock.
And then the one that we went back to, it's a musical instrument. You played in a band.
5.
A bell.
It has a jingle.
No. Anyone?
Time's up. What was it?
Tambourine.
Oh. Awaken the spirits of your tambourine.
Sorry.
That's all right. You
guys did pretty good.
You guys did really good. That's 10 out of 12 altogether.
Yeah.
So very good job. Hold on the line, both Katie and Alyssa. I'll get your information, and we'll get a prize pack out to you.
And Michelle, why don't you tell us about WDWNT, the app, who brings us all the fabulous prizes for this game?
Well, Tom, WDW News Tonight is brought to you by WDWNT, the app, the official mobile application for WDW News Today. This app brings you all the latest Disney Parks news, podcasts, including WDW News Tonight, streamed right to your mobile device, park hours, videos, as well as the ability to listen and chat live on the go with this very show and many others. Download the app today for iOS, Android, and Amazon devices by searching for WDWNT. Or visit WDWNT.com for more information. WDWNT, the app, bringing the worldwide leader in Disney Parks news anywhere you want it.
Thank you, Michelle.
You are welcome.
Nick, are we taking a break?
He's on the phone.
Ask him if we're taking a break.
He's got his finger in his ear.
He's got a finger in his ear. Great. Oh, we can't take a break without Nick, so I guess we're still going.
That's funny.
Nick, are we taking a break or doing psychotic comments?
Nick.
Nope, he's still on the phone.
Are we taking a break or psychotic comments? He says, give me a second.
That's not.
So, Tom, how was your trip?
The air.
How was New York?
It was New York.
Mm-hmm.
There was pizza and bagels.
Do they have gluten-free pizza in New York City?
You will be murdered if you ask for
it. So I'll just avoid that altogether.
Yeah, no.
Yep.
Can't. It doesn't.
I get the
it's not LA, where they have the Astros.
Oh boy.
Hey, don't hate on
That's
our
what
lovely-
Dodger's actually singing about in Oliver and Company. He has a gluten allergy, but he's not worried about it, nor does he care because he has street
savoir-faire.
Yeah. So he's just
that. Isn't Billy
he's
Joel
like,
the
I have a
voice?
gluten allergy, but I mean
That is Billy Joel's voice.
because it's
Yeah.
amazing. So
Love that movie when I was little.
it's great.
Now I gotta find it again. I got a new TV. It's pretty awesome.
You got a new TV. This is what we're talking about on this show.
She got a new TV, so she lost the movie and now has to find it again.
Right. That's the problem. I don't have anything to watch these movies on now that I have a new TV because they don't have the inputs that you need.
What inputs? What have you been watching movies on?
So my
Like a
DVD
VCR?
player was
Yeah,
an old
sounds
standard
like it.
DVD player. I don't have a Blu-ray player, so now I need to get. Well, now the TV is a 4K Ultra HD thing that I got on
And you
Amazon.
still just have a DVD.
Yeah, so
You
now I
this
have to get.
super
Now I have to
fancy
buy.
television.
Right. Well, now I watch everything on
Oh,
Netflix and Hulu, but now you can't watch the Disney movies unless you buy the Disney packages. And
What Disney packages?
well, they're starting to do Disney channels, and like Netflix has its own Disney thing or something, doesn't it?
And then soon Disney won't be on Netflix because
Right.
it's on Disney
You
movies.
have
Anywhere.
Disney movies anywhere, but then they'll also have their own streaming service. Disney Movies Anywhere
That's
is
what it
not
is.
the streaming service. Disney Movies Anywhere is you've bought a movie and you own it, and it allows you to watch it wherever.
As a
That's what
digital
that is.
copy.
But see, that's what she needs.
Basically, but it's
She needs to
streamed.
watch- she
Yeah,
needs
but
to watch-
from the old DVDs that I have or the VHS that I have doesn't have the same code that.
Probably not.
Yeah, so I need to get everything
Yeah.
again. And now Nick is back. Hi, Nick.
Hi.
Go ahead.
I hope everyone enjoyed that.
Yes, that was our nonsense break, and now back to the show.
All right, we're gonna play game 2 of the pyramid. Let's bring on our contestants. Hi, Michael.
Hello.
How you doing tonight? You excited?
Good.
You guys gonna
Yes,
beat?
I am.
You're playing with Gabe tonight. Hi, Gabe.
Hey.
Hey, Gabe.
You guys.
Oh, the prodigal son has returned.
It's been a while.
Jeez.
You guys, Katie and Alyssa got 10 matches, 10 right out of the 12. So
10?
Yeah.
Oh, stop.
That's the number to beat. So we're gonna start off with Michael. You both know how to play the game, right? Michael, you heard it on hold, and Gabe, I'm sure you heard it before.
Yeah, I'm a battle-hardened veteran
Yeah, there you go. All right,
of
so
WDWNT games.
Michael, you're going to be given the clues first and have Gabe guess. Michael, so this category is the American Adventurers Club.
Nice.
These are these are audio animatronic figures found in the American Adventure.
That may or may not be standing up when you see the show.
We're going to put 60 seconds on the clock. Michael, go ahead.
Okay. So this is a
So Wayne, he hosts a TV show. Whose line is it anyway?
Rogers, Will Rogers.
No, it's a comedian. He's
what?
I'm not sure who the animatronic is, but this is a different person. He's not at Disney. He's
you can pass.
Pass. Yeah, pass. He wrote Huckleberry Finn.
Oh, Mark Twain.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, this is a cowboy who has a horse named Trigger.
Will Rogers? No. Wait.
It's similar to him. Sorry, different, same last name but different first name. He was a writer, I think. But he was a cowboy writer, had a horse also.
Got like 20 seconds.
Oh God.
So confused.
Pass.
Skip. Okay, next one. He flew a kite in lightning.
I'm sorry. Benjamin Franklin. What am I saying?
You guys are done.
Give him that one at least. Oh,
Got one.
boy.
I feel
What
terrible
just
because I love
happened?
the American Adventure. And were some of these not
hold
animatronics?
on. I don't have the answers in front of me.
You know what?
What was the first one?
I know.
You know
That's
what?
why Nick's laughing so hard because
I don't know who Brady was.
I made a mistake.
Oh,
This is Nick's
Tom
bad.
Brady.
what did you do?
I forgot the first name on there when I typed it out.
Well,
First name of what? Brady?
Yeah.
Who is that?
Tom Brady?
No.
Well, he's not a great American, so. Who was it?
The Matthew Brady, right? The photographer, Mr. Brady.
Yeah.
I messed that up, and I messed up a second one. I messed this one up bad. I did.
Wow.
What did you play?
So you made us talk about HDMI cables and 4K TVs.
I'm so sorry.
So you could set up a game.
All right,
that
to my
doesn't
credit,
work.
to my credit, he barely got Mark Twain and didn't get Ben Franklin. So
you can at least give him Ben.
I got
Franklin.
Mark Twain right away. Ben.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
They definitely need like a do-over category.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Mark Twain.
That was bad. That was me. That first one stumped them. That first one took them a minute because I messed
Yeah, because it made no sense.
To be fair, if I had the first name, I'm not even sure they would have gotten it. That was
they
a
have
hard
a second
one.
round.
I wouldn't
to
have
play?
gotten it.
Yeah, they have a second round to play.
Let's do that.
All right, let's play Gabe's round. Let's see what you guys can do with this one. This is called Party Favors. Things you might see at Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. All right, so Gabe.
Hopefully these are fully written out.
They are. They are. 60 seconds on the clock. Gabe, go ahead.
Okay, this is The Legend of Sleepy Hollow. He's the villain. He rides before the parade.
Headless Horseman.
Yep. This is the sequel to the fireworks that just ended a very long run at the Magic Kingdom, but
Can't
they
say
would be
fireworks.
today.
No, move on.
Oh,
Can't say
wishes.
fireworks. Keep going. Next one.
Yeah, did I say fire? Okay. These are the three main characters of Hocus Pocus.
Oh, the Sanderson sisters.
This is the first character Dorothy meets in The Wizard of Oz, strung up on like a post made of like hay.
Scarecrow.
This is the event with the catchy song that proceeds down Main Street, USA twice a night during the party. Yes. These are the barbershop quartet that sing that have a special Halloween
what is their
version.
name? The Cadaver Dance. The Cadaver Dance.
Yeah,
Good one.
there you go. All right. Other than the fireworks there. So,
5 out of 6.
yeah. They're getting prizes. Don't worry. Nick.
So we're just going to send you guys, as if all 4 of you won tonight, you're all getting something.
Wow.
Because
See,
Nick messed
you
up.
get us
And so that's,
something.
small mess.
as usual, it costs Tom.
Mess up. All right.
Tom's got to clean up the mess.
It was a small mistake.
Yes.
I forgot one name.
Small people make small mistakes.
Oh, short people got no reason. We love you, Nick.
All I had to do was put a mister before that.
All 5, 6.
All right. Well, thank you, Gabe and Michael, for playing. Hold on the line for me.
Everybody's getting something.
All right.
Thanks, Oprah.
Always something. I was so pompous, too. I was like, I'm ready for this.
Half hour for the show. We're done. We're ready for the show.
Should have proofread.
Michelle and I have had nonsense conversations. You had the word just Brady as a question.
I was trying
for
to
a character that number one. I don't think anybody would have gotten that one anyway.
See? So fair. There you go.
No, but it also wasn't clear what you were referencing.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
I still don't know.
I wouldn't have gotten it.
The guy who takes pictures.
I mean, even
the guy who takes pictures.
As the guy giving the clues, I even would have looked at that and went,
His name's
the
Michael
guy who took
Brady?
the picture in the
They do say Mr. Brady.
Yes.
I don't know. That was a tough
Mike Brady from the.
That was just a bad. You shouldn't have even had that one in there.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was out of all the in
You're
the
right.
category that could have nothing but famous real people.
You're right.
You chose someone who was probably made up.
How many
He
times are you gonna
wasn't
say
made up. Are you serious?
Are we sure he's real? Was the photographer real?
Yes.
How do we know that?
Because that's the guy who invented photography. It's very famous. You do your
American.
I have no idea.
Thank you, Mr. MIT.
I'll tell you who made the multiplane camera. Anyway, so when we come back next hour, we're going to have Psychotic comments. We have a really big discussion about Halloween at Walt Disney World and if it's good enough or not, what we would add. And I guess, and we don't have any more. We're done with the game. Yeah, we're done with Pyramid. So we have all that and much more. Hour 2, WDW News tonight.
Celebrating 50 years as Apopka's hometown station. 1520 WBZW. Apopka, Orlando. Community events, financial news, weather, traffic, and more.
A service of Salem Media Group.
Breaking news this hour from townhall.com. I'm Keith Peters. Authorities have apprehended a man suspected of shooting to death 3 co-workers and wounding 2 others at a Maryland granite countertop manufacturing facility, then driving to Delaware and shooting a man at a used car lot. Wilmington Police Chief Robert Tracy says 37-year-old Radi Labib Prince was captured after a foot chase.
They had him fairly quickly. He did run, but they caught up to him pretty quickly. They were able to see him throw the gun as well, which I'm very happy that he did throw the gun. But think about, why did he still have the gun on him knowing we were all out looking for him? That concerned me.
2 people in the Maryland shooting remain in critical condition. The man shot in Delaware is listed in stable condition. Attorney General Jeff Sessions answers questions about several issues, including Russian meddling in the presidential campaign at a hearing on Capitol Hill.
The Attorney General was pressed by Senator Patrick Leahy about whether he has been interviewed by the special counsel in connection with the firing of now former FBI Director James Comey or the Russia investigation.
Well, I'd be pleased to answer that. I'm not sure I should without clearing that with a special counsel. What do you think?
I'm just have you been interviewed by them?
No.
At his oversight hearing, Senator Sessions reminded senators that he recused himself from the Russia investigation in March. James Comey was fired in May. Linda Kenyon, Capitol Hill.
White House Press Secretary Sarah Sanders is accusing the news media of distorting the meaning of the president's call to a military widow.
He took the time to make a call to express his condolences, to thank the family for this individual's service. And I think it frankly is a disgrace of the media to try to portray an act of kindness like that.
Sergeant LaDavid Johnson was one of 4 American military personnel killed nearly 2 weeks ago in Niger. On Wall Street, they're up by 160 points to a record 23,158. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Is negative content or comments on the web affecting your personal or professional reputation? Unfavorable comments, embarrassing pictures, videos, legal documents, and negative articles can ruin your personal life, your career, or your business. It happens a lot, and it's just not fair. But what can you do? ReputationDefender.com can help protect your good name. Get a free consultation now. Call 800-651-4888. That's 800-651-4888. Call right now for a free expert reputation analysis. It's easy to squash the unfair attacks with our patented system, and the analysis is absolutely free. Make the best things about you jump out in searches. Protect your personal and professional reputation, your business, and your income. Get your free reputation analysis from reputationdefender.com right now. Call 800-651-4888. 800-651-4888. That's 800-651-4888. Or visit reputationdefender.com today.
Welcome back to WDW News Tonight. We're live somehow.
Don't do this to me, Tom.
We'll get there. We're live somehow on 105.5 FM, AM 660, and AM 1520, as well at listen.wdwnt.com, and, of course, on YouTube and WDWNT, the app. Thank you, wherever you're joining us from, for joining this disaster in progress. A couple programming notes for everybody. Next week, we are back with our Halloween special, where apparently I've been informed we're all going to be in costume next week. That's a thing.
To choose from. So.
Michelle decided we should be in costume.
Hey, ask the chat room what outfit I should wear.
Can I use the one you don't choose?
Such a dangerous question.
Of like two options.
We're not going there. Nope.
Okay.
Nope, not going to do it.
Can you tweet out pictures of you in both options?
I can.
There you go.
God.
Right.
Oh, man. This is going south fast.
They're appropriate.
So next week,
for what?
Oh, jeez. Is one of them a cowboy who sings?
No.
So next week's show, we're in costume. It's a Halloween show. We have the Weird World Showcase food item of the week actually returning. It'll be something scary and spooky. And also Halloween Jeopardy next week as well. Another note for next week, on Thursday, we are back with our very first of the monthly episodes of See You Relate with Tom Corliss, which is exclusive to our Patreon members, and that is at the $2 level. So at $2 a month, you can join the Wigs on Patreon. The link is at WDWNT.com. It's hard to miss. And every month, once a month, you will get a new episode of the offensive original program, even more so than this show has somehow. See You Relate with Tom Corliss. It is our Halloween Spooktacular on October 26th, which will include Cornac the Magnificent, Halloween match game, and much, much more. The return of some classic characters from WDWNT's past. A lot going on. So both of those shows are next week.
Yeah.
Coming up next month, WDWNT, the Toys for Tots Charity Marathon. We have dates and times now. So I'm going to give that out for the first time here. The show begins at 8 p.m. Eastern on Friday, November 24th, and lasts until 10 p.m. Eastern on Sunday, November 26th, 2017. That is 50 hours. We're going to be here all weekend long to raise money for Toys for Tots. So those are the dates, November 24th through the 26th, starting at 8 p.m., ending at 10 p.m., 50 hours.
Excited.
That's what we're doing. Michelle, please tell us who brings us WDW News Tonight each and every week. It's the travel agent.
Oh, good luck.
Okay.
Get rid of this one.
There are times when planning a Disney vacation can be overwhelming. There are just so many options. Where to stay, when to go. Is this the best price? How exactly can I get onto Flight of Passage or Frozen Ever After without having to wait 120 minutes? Even if you've been many times before, you know how much time it can take to get things exactly the way you want them. This is where Cindy Miner and the team at Small World Big Fun comes in. Small World Big Fun is an authorized Disney vacation planner, and in the past 10 years, they have helped thousands of families plan Disney vacations to the Disney parks, the Disney Cruise Line, Alani, and all other Disney destinations. Their job is to make planning a Disney vacation easy for you. They will wade through all the options to help you plan the trip that works best for your family. They will make sure you are getting the best price. The best part, they are a no-fee agency. So when they book your vacation package, you don't owe them a dime. So if you'd like to reach out to the team at Small World Big Fun, just visit smallworldbigfun.com/DisneyFans. That's one word, Disney fans with an S, today, and they will be glad to help.
There you go.
There you go.
See, Nick, that's not hard.
Well, how long did it take him to read it last week?
I did it just fine.
He actually did a good job last week.
Good job.
Again,
days.
I want to remark next week very quickly again. We have this show on Wednesday, Thursday night, 11 p.m. Eastern. Those of you in Wigs will find out. We'll give you the link and everything next week to watch it because it is exclusive again, just for Patreon. Something new we're trying out to give you guys an actual show that's just for you guys. So should be exciting. Now I want to talk about the game that just happened.
No, dear.
Hi, I'm gonna go somewhere.
Where are you going?
I don't know.
You're not going anywhere. So I have Nick's. Like these are the notes. For
That's
the game.
a forgery. It's not my penmanship.
It's printed. It's not even.
It's on Snapchat now.
So-
if anyone wants to follow my
Oh,
Snapchat,
God. Oh, jeez.
I have the behind-the-scenes footage
Michelle's
of them
costumes
stealing
are also
it.
there, I'm sure.
I didn't give consent.
So I have the category. The category was American Adventurers Club. So number one, for the first one, he wrote it's on camera. It does say just Brady. Number one says just Brady, not Mr. Brady.
Should say Mr. Brady.
So that's the one we laughed about and everything. But then as I heard them going on, they got to the third one, and I'm sitting there thinking, this doesn't sound right. Like, Trigger, this is all very wrong. So I'm curious, like, what was it? It didn't sound like it was Will Rogers. So I get Nick's sheet, and I go in there to take Nick's sheet. Nick's like, no, you don't need to see it. Why do you need to see this sheet? And Nick basically fought me to get this sheet because instead of the correct Rogers, Nick decided to put number 3, Roy Rogers. It's not the Rogers, the cowboy that's in the American Adventure. This is the cowboy with the failed fast food chain, Roy Rogers.
And you have my awful spelling of Michael there too.
Oh,
My
I
like
do.
third
Yeah,
grader
that is-
penmanship.
Yeah, look at that. Is that Michael or McKeel? What is that?
Michael.
Oh boy.
Nick, you should have just put Rogers for number 3, left off the first name.
Yeah, right?
Aaron
Or put
Rodgers.
Roy Brady.
Fuck Rogers.
Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers.
Kenny Rogers.
Kenny Rogers.
Oh, that was another failed fast food restaurant.
Oh, roasters
So
action.
Roy
Kenny
Rogers,
Those were good.
Nick. So that whole category was bad. Yeah.
But the name of the category was amazing.
Yeah, no, but you also put the wrong name for the. I gave you a name for this category, the haunted goods.
Yeah, what'd you say?
Ghostly goods.
Oh, ghostly goods.
And you wrote haunted goods. What is that? Why would I say that?
I don't know.
There's nothing.
There's
like,
no alliteration
no. There's no alliteration. You know what has alliteration? Roy Rogers. Anyway, it's.
Can we make fun of other people? You want to do some psychotic
We made
comments?
fun of everybody. I made fun of Michelle eating pasta on the air. People made fun
Yeah.
of my mustard-colored shirt.
You eat pasta on the air?
I was eating it. Yeah.
We had nothing else to do.
Wow.
We had a whole discussion
It's all we
about
could do
it.
to keep
Yeah.
the crowd was have Michelle eat on camera.
Yeah.
You put me on camera? I didn't know that.
I don't think it works.
Oh, okay.
Your computer is from 1996.
Yeah, I'm working on getting a new one.
She's running on an N64
That's
in there.
amazing.
She got the Rumble Pack though. It's all right. Anyway, can we? Since this isn't psychotic enough, can we take a trip to the wonderful world of psychotic comments brought to you by the WDWNT Interglobe Society? Michelle, take it away.
New American Adventure states merchandise. Drew Thomas says, great stuff, but Chip and Dale on a sunflower for North Dakota? Wouldn't that be more appropriate for the sunflower state of Kansas? Kansas Phil says, we don't need your pity sunflowers. Chris Christie's sweater vest. I can't even hey Tom, why is New Jersey called the Garden State? Because oil, petroleum, nuclear, landfill, and toxic waste state didn't fit on the license plate.
I made a harmless New Jersey joke. Not nearly the first person to ever do it.
You got lots of
And
letters
a
for
bunch
that.
of people from New Jersey attacked me.
New Jersey is very beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Especially this time of year.
not swamp.
The non-toxic swamp areas. And all the hair gel used on the Jersey Shore
Oh,
says, hey, what's the only thing that grows in Newark? The crime rate.
That's great.
That's actually good. I like that one.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Walt Disney World shares official rules and policies for dogs staying at resort hotels. Nick's already laughing.
Yes.
Common Sense says, shut up, Mike H. This is the worst decision ever by Disney. There's absolutely no upside to this. After a while, the rooms will stink. There will be hair everywhere. You know, every room will have had pee and feces on it. Larry says, no dogs! People can't control their kids. You think they will do better with a dog or two? Satan's owner says, this is wonderful news. I'm really looking forward to bringing my 115-pound Rottweiler, Satan, to Epcot. I have already created and printed up his licensed service dog credentials. I have a really lightweight leash for him, and he only breaks out of it on occasion, usually to chase squirrels or small children, but it is really cute when he does it. Trust me, you are all going to love him. Watching him freak out during illuminations has long been a dream of mine, but I don't imagine he will cause any trouble. After all, he is a licensed service dog.
Can't say anything wrong there.
Jack says, I don't want a vacation with other people's kids, so guess we're even. Okay.
Same.
And
maybe don't go to Disney World. I mean, not to be a
the
jerk.
happiest place on earth.
You know,
Don't
I'm
go
not
there.
an adult with children, but I understand the presence of them at Disney.
It's like Vegas. I don't want kids in Vegas.
That makes sense.
That makes sense.
That's not
Kids at Disney.
Disney
You want
World.
dogs?
At Vegas?
Yeah.
No, I don't want a dog in Vegas either. All right. Anyways, Christina Ersman says,
Dogs playing poker.
don't want dogs? Then vacation somewhere else, because people like you don't belong at Disney, especially since a lot of the characters are based on animals. So good luck.
Don't understand that logic.
No, I don't either.
It's amazing.
That's
Kinds of sense.
logic.
Yeah, I know it's hers.
Yeah. Animals Eat Kids says, I am looking forward to Disney expanding this policy to include cats. I have a 145-pound puma that would absolutely love to spend some time whizzing all over the carpet at the yacht club. I am certain that all the other guests, especially those with small children, say between 10 and 30 pounds, will absolutely love him.
Wow.
Lovely. Those are just, some of the best ones.
We're going to just close this comment section.
Japan makes Pixar's Cars inspired smile bumper.
Oh, jeez.
Sir Tomater says, dadgum, these look great.
Some of them are family friendly.
DeRosa is Bay. Says, great article. Disney Pete says, Disney Pete is Bay. Spell check is Bay. Says, correct word is Bay, but thanks for the effort. So, Bay.
Yeah, Pete didn't know how to do the
B-A-Y.
the BAE, which is the social media Bay.
And then Baymax says, no, I am Bay. La 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 la.
So stupid.
It is.
Our comment section is so dumb.
New Italian trio at Tony's Town Square restaurant at the
good
Magic
Lord.
Kingdom.
The best.
Anyone with taste buds says, gross. Anyone without taste buds says, gross. Taste buds say, word up. Melissa Brown says, we ate at Tony's for the parade package back in January, and that was the second best steak I've ever had on Disney property.
Sad.
Mickey says, love the food at Tony's. We go back every year. Red sauce is perfect.
See, Tom?
Is he from like Indiana or
There's no geographical information.
See, that's
provided.
the thing. Like, I'm Italian, so I'm never gonna like the red sauce at Tony's.
Right.
But if you're like from the Midwest and you don't eat Italian food, it's like we like Chinese food here, but meanwhile, anyone from China is probably laughing at us. Like, that's not Chinese food. So it's,
some people have ketchup on their pasta. Like,
yeah,
and think that's
see,
sauce.
that's why it's not going to phase them. They're going to love it and not care. But I can't, in good conscience, send people to Tony's and be like, "Yeah, it's fine. Go ahead."
I think it tasted like a frozen meal last time I was there. Like, nothing fancy. Jason says, glad to hear that the chicken from the OBT Winn-Dixie is getting better. Laura says, ironically, we love Tanya. good atmosphere and great people watching if you're seated outside.
Tanya. Oh, man.
Tanya says, ironically, I love you too.
Oh,
Yeah.
This is why iPhones are the worst. Like, autocorrect. You don't even realize what it changed. So you hit that submit button. You're like, oh, no.
Tramp says, I would pass on this food. What?
What?
So, this is how it's written.
Right.
I would pass on this food. Woof. The trash can what? The trash can.
What is a dog trying to type?
Oh my God. The trash can with half-eaten turkey legs is better. There we go. And then Lady says, remind me not to kiss you tonight. There you go.
In the doghouse.
Spell check is bae. That's all I'm saying.
Ah, yes, it is.
Who brings us the wonderful world of Psychotic comments?
Well, Tom, the wonderful world of Psychotic Comments is brought to you by WIGS, the WDW-NT Interglobe Society. Support WDW-NT and get early and exclusive access to content that you just can't find anywhere else, including post shows for WDW News Tonight, starting at just $2 a month. Right now, you can also get discounted registration and access to special events at WDW-NT, the 10th anniversary.
No, that's over. Yep,
yeah.
That's why it's crossed out.
It's not crossed out.
Good job, Nick.
Oh, on this one it's crossed out.
Yep.
For more information,
You'll
go to
get discounted
patreon.com.
registration on the next event when that happens. Yeah. So.
See, that's what
For the 11th anniversary.
Yep.
For more information, go to patreon.com/WDWNT or visit WDWNT.com and click the Patreon link. Join the WIGS and help make WDWNT happen through Patreon.
And we have a post show for you tonight right after this show is over. So, yeah, the punishment doesn't end. But anyway, when we come back, we're going to talk about Halloween at Walt Disney World. So stick around tonight.
Have you racked up more than $10,000 in credit card debt? Are you barely getting by making minimum payments? You should know the credit card companies are tricking you into thinking there's no way out. Credit card companies would rather you didn't know that there are ways you can become debt-free and you don't have to pay the entire amount you owe. There are debt relief programs that help people like you escape overwhelming credit card debt. National Debt Relief has helped tens of thousands of people just like you reduce more than $500 million of debt. National Debt Relief has helped so many people. They're A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau. You don't have to declare bankruptcy or take out a consolidation loan. You have the right to settle your debt for a mere fraction of what you owe. Reduce a portion of your debt now. Call National Debt Relief at 800-518-4020. 800-518-4020. That's 800-518-4020.
So what would you do with an extra $500 a month in your budget? $500. This isn't hypothetical, by the way. This is something you may need to think about very soon if you decide to become a member of MediShare. MediShare is a way to pay for your health care, and typically it costs $500 less per month for a family versus other healthcare plans. So seriously, think about this. You could pay off loans, pay down a mortgage, save the money for retirement, donate to charity. That would be a big deal. But you know what? Here's the best thing. MediShare works. It has 250,000 members, and it's growing fast. With MediShare, not only do you save, you don't have to pay for things you don't believe in either. And that is a beautiful thing too. So here's how you can find out more, and you might actually wind up saving even more than $500 a month. So check into it. Here's the number. Call 844-41-BIBLE. That's 844-41-BIBLE. Now available in Montana. Call 844-41-BIBLE.
Legal representation is often about personal values. Hello, I'm Karen Eastry, attorney. For probate, estate planning, divorce, adoption, guardianship, issues concerning children and the aged, call me at the law offices of Alper and Eastry at 407-869-0900. I am a lawyer who not only speaks for you, I share your values with the experience, energy, and enthusiasm to represent you effectively. My ultimate goal is to help you reach a satisfactory conclusion to your legal problems, to find peace, and to be able to move on with your life. Call me, Karen Eastry, at 407-869-0900, or visit my firm's website, altamontlaw.com. My office is conveniently located in Altamont Springs, close to I-4. So call today to make sure you have someone by your side at 407-869-0900. Offices, Altamont Springs.
Nearly everyone loves Italian food, but those people who love true, authentic Italian go to Tony's Town Square Cafe. It's because owner and chef Tony Ragu offers home-cooked food from his hometown, Toledo, Ohio. He is 1/8 Italian. Locally sourced Cask Connection freezer items are combined with prepackaged ingredients imported only from the OBT Winn-Dixie, along with mangled recipes from nearly unreadable Buitoni labels. Whether it's quote-unquote pizza or that soup of the day which just hasn't changed in 14 years, taste for yourself at Tony's Town Square, just steps away from that hat store that sells pins. Come taste what the guide map is calling Italian food, only at Tony. And maybe at Portobello.
From the mansion on the hill, shrieks of laughter break the still.
Welcome back to WDW News Tonight, where Nick is dressed as an Instagram girl for Halloween.
Oh, jeez.
So I delivered, I forget who won, but whoever won the Rose Gold Mouse Ear contest, I have given them to Nick for shipping, so they're about to go out. So. Oh, God.
I want one.
Now you match your girlfriend. Put it on Snapchat. Anyway. Kill this music before this show gets copyright infringement. Thank you. We are talking, our discussion this week is Halloween related. And it's been talked about a lot on social media, and so I really want to talk about it on the show. There's a lot of focus this year on Halloween in California because they did all this cool new stuff at California Adventure. Of course, obviously they're trying to shift the party and everything over there next year, so that's kind of why they're doing all of that. But regardless, there is a lot of Halloween stuff at the Disneyland Resort. There's stuff going on in Paris, and there's stuff going on all kinds of places that's at least new and different. And here in Florida, well, we still have the Halloween party, and that's kind of it. There's a couple of decorations at Disney Springs, and that's Halloween here. Meanwhile, Universal Orlando has this event that changes every year. Yeah, it's a completely different thing, but nonetheless, it's an event that is almost completely different year to year. And we kind of have this Halloween party that hasn't changed a ton in the last 10 years or so. So I want to have this conversation about, are we doing enough here? Should Halloween be a bigger deal here? Obviously, a lot of people go to the Halloween party, so obviously people like Halloween. So what are we doing here? So anyway, joining us for the conversation, we got Ron Deanna, host of Drawn from the Vault. If he unmutes his mic, maybe.
Hey, everybody.
There he is. Jason's here. Michelle and Nick obviously are still here, and I am too. So let's have this conversation. Is the Halloween party stale? Is Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party at this point? Should it just continue to be what it is, or what needs to happen?
Here's my take on Mickey's Not So Scary. This year was the first year that I was in Walt Disney World in September, October, that I didn't go to Mickey's Not So Scary. I had the opportunity to, there was time in the schedule to do so, and I chose not to. Part of that was because the tickets are just way too expensive. So I think the value proposition for Mickey's Not So Scary is a big problem. And I think it is for a lot of people. I think, back when tickets were like $49, I think it was a reasonable value. Now the tickets are so expensive and they sell so many that the park is so crowded that you charge more and the value is less. So for me, the only thing at the Halloween party that is worthwhile are the parades and the fireworks. So in my mind, if you want to spend close to $100 to watch a parade twice, if you want to, and fireworks, though they're both really, really good.
I think you're missing a major component there.
Oh, the stage shows too.
The show is, I mean, in years past, but when it was the previous incarnation, it wasn't very good. But Hocus Pocus is a really, really fantastic show.
That's fine. Even if you add Hocus Pocus to that, I told people, years ago, like the fireworks were worth the price of admission alone.
Yeah,
that's not true anymore because the price of admission has pretty much doubled. And so you throw in a parade that's a very good parade and a show that's a very good show. I still think the value proposition's not there. It might have been there when you could get on all kinds of rides with like pretty much zero wait, but because they sell so many tickets now, that's not the case. And
even the candy lines are kind of long at times.
Yeah, we would generally skip the candy lines because it wasn't worth. I mean, if you calculate how much you are paying per minute to be in the park, and then how much time you're spending in candy lines, you could take that $20 and go to Publix and buy all the candy you want. So the waiting in the candy lines is a very poor use of your time and money, in my opinion.
See, though, I think as a fan now, there's this year there were 3 candy lines that I thought were really neat and were kind of like little attraction.
Well, that's fine.
And that to me, like the number one, they did the one in Filler Magic, which led to you went into the theater and they were playing, Mr. Toad and Sleepy Hollow and Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad.
You mean playing the films?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And you could just sit in there and watch the whole thing, and it was really cool. And then Tiki Room, they turn on all the special lights and the Birdmobile's going and everything. It's really cool. And then even the Stitch's Great Escape tree trail was neat. So I mean, I don't think the candy lines, like there's effort there. So I don't.
Yeah, there is. There didn't used to. There didn't used to be much effort.
I think we it's kind of lost on us, but I think for a first timer, they. The idea that they're not only trick-or-treating in the Magic Kingdom, but you're trick-or-treating through attractions. Yeah. Like it's pretty neat.
That's decent. I mean, the one highlight that I still remember from a long, long time ago was when they still gave out family photos. And
that was Christmas party though. But yeah.
No, there was a Halloween too, I'm pretty sure.
Did Halloween do it?
I want to say yeah. Maybe I'm wrong.
I don't think so. It was definitely Christmas party. Forever, it was a Christmas party thing.
For annual pass holders, yeah.
And we used
it was everybody back in the day. Yeah, you're with your party ticket. It was included.
Party ticket, and they would mail it to you afterwards.
No, like a family portrait.
Oh.
But the coolest thing was the portrait lineup was in Adventureland Veranda. That was still a memory of mine because that was the first time in like 20 years that I'd been in Adventureland Veranda.
Yeah.
So that was really neat. But, they've cut all that kind of stuff. But whether we're talking about Christmas or Halloween, I think the same thing still applies.
I think the Christmas party is a whole different conversation, though, because a lot of stuff you can see outside of the party. So.
Yeah.
So I agree with Jason that's lost its value because it's went up so much without really giving you too much, in return. But I guess it's still something I would recommend somebody to go to if they were here that time of year. I'd say you kind of have to do it once, but that's also the problem with it.
There's no repeatability.
There is no repeatability. And like you said with, Universal and Hollow Scream and that kind of stuff and different things, even the SeaWorld thing seems to change up. Even the Legoland one seems to be different every year as they evolve.
Disney doesn't feel pressured to update this thing.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
that's my biggest problem.
And I hate to say it, I love Boo to You, but it's looking old.
Yeah.
And that doesn't mean it's a bad parade. It means
it's not, but it's not. I don't think it's even the best parade in that park. I think Festival of Fantasy is better at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And I never thought I'd say that in my life, but Boo to You feels ragged. And don't get me wrong, I want that song to stay till the end of time. But the parade itself needs a lot of work.
And it sure could be. And I think the problem is that they're selling more tickets now at a higher price than they have.
Yeah.
Every year they sell more tickets.
Well, attendance is down. Attendance is down this year.
Is it? Well,
they haven't sold. They finally sold out Halloween, and they have expanded cast discount ticketing through October. Expanded dates. So there are definitely less people going, but at a higher price point, that doesn't even matter. So,
right.
Yeah.
And this year I kind of expected with the, with Wishes going away that, we would have got like Haunted Ever After as a new fireworks show or something.
They need time. Like Wishes debuted, it was still another year or two until Hollow Wishes. Like it just takes some time to develop.
I mean, and I think that's the best, other than like a New Year's Eve or a 4th of July, that's the best fireworks show out there too. Yeah. But I went 2 years ago to see the Sanderson Sisters show, and I have no desire to go back until something, one of the 3 main events changes. Adding a different character is not going to do it. The lines between the difference between 2 and 4 years ago,
nonsense.
The difference between 2 and 4 years ago is actually like astronomical. Like when we went in 2013, you could still walk on almost anything.
Yeah, and now those character lines go on for hours.
Yeah, yep.
Like,
and it used to just be Jack and when Jack first appeared and the Seven Dwarves were the only ones that were a problem. Everybody else was almost like you waited 5 minutes.
Milano, which is ridiculous. Yeah. It's I don't know.
So
it's definitely overcrowded, and I don't know that they're going to address it until they stop making money. And I think a new fireworks show is coming, whether it's next year or the year after. That's going to happen. That's going to reinvigorate it quite a bit, and I think it'll be fine for a little while at that point.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm actually glad that attendance is down this year, because it means one of two things: either they're hitting a price point that people aren't willing to pay, like me, or they're not adding enough newness to it that their repeatability is almost none.
Yeah, and it's a great event. I don't want to sound like, because my parents had never been. This was their first year. That's the only reason I went this year. I think I would have skipped. Like, I think I'm skipping the Christmas party this year. Even for the website, it doesn't sound like anything will have changed. So I don't think there's any benefit, even from a business standpoint, for us to go. Because
bloggable food.
There's nothing different. And then they may come up with something silly like that, but I don't think it's going to be worth it.
He'll probably go. But I think, when you compare... Here's the other thing. When you compare what Disney offers and what Universal offers, the target audience is very different. The target audience is very different.
Absolutely. Yeah, one is but the audience really isn't. Because you have all these people with kids at the Halloween party, but there's a lot of adults who I think which is what Universal
there are
more to.
And I took my 2 daughters, who were 9 and 13, to Halloween Horror Nights.
Yeah.
The 9-year-old, who was all excited and I thought would really enjoy it, said it was kind of lame. She wasn't. I think the haunted houses just aren't her thing. But the 13-year-old had a great time and went with me into every haunted house. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed myself way more than I thought I would.
Yeah.
The last time I'd been to Halloween Horror Nights was in 1999. So, it's been a long time, but I enjoyed myself way more than I thought I would. We went 2 nights for less money than it cost to go to one night at Mickey's Not So Scary.
Yeah.
We did a lot of different things. And even just walking around the park was fun. Plus, the lines for the rides, we got to do Escape from Gringotts. We did The Mummy twice with virtually no wait.
Yeah.
So
Universal, there wasn't people there. There was plenty of people there, but
it was packed.
But they're basically adding 9 attractions because there's 9 houses.
Yeah.
That are different every year.
It was very crowded there, but the lines for the attractions were not very long.
Yeah.
And so
that's why I like to go, Jason.
Yeah, and my kids have never been to Universal. So this was the first time I got to go to Universal, and it was really cool to be able to do attractions, while we were there for Halloween Horror Nights, as opposed to having to spend a whole day and buy a separate ticket to go.
And then wait in line.
And the event, that's the other thing is the time. Horror Nights is most nights 6 to 2.
Yeah.
That's 8 hours.
You get a lot of time.
The Halloween party is 5 hours.
Yep.
And it almost feels like there is no way you could do even just doing the entertainment. If you just do one show, one parade, and one fireworks, most of your night at that point between waiting and the show's happening is gone.
I mean, the only thing to be said is that the Halloween party ticket does get you in the Magic Kingdom at 4 o'clock. So
yes, you can do attractions. Yeah.
You do have 3 hours worth of attractions.
But the party stuff is not running.
But the party stuff
as
is
opposed
not
to
running.
Universal that has all that stuff running for 8 hours. And I understand they're different events, but I think one is run a lot better. And I hate to say it, I think it's the Universal one, which I think anybody who's known me over the last 10 years or known the shows knows we're not Universal people. I decimate them publicly on many occasions, but I give them credit. This event is a tremendous value, and they have a lot of talented people that put it together, and it's just a ridiculous amount of fun.
And there are upcharge events too on that. Like I haven't done any of the Unmasked or RIP.
The tour is fantastic.
Yeah, I really want to do them. I just haven't had the chance.
Unmasked and RIPs, they're not bad values because they skip the lines and there's a lot of lines and people that do RIP, even though they spend all that money, none of them ever walk away from that saying they all have the most spectacular time.
Yeah, those you can ask those people. They spend a lot of money and they still wouldn't say they got a bad value.
No,
versus the people that go to Disney come away and certainly could.
The kids fell asleep after fireworks and they had to leave and they feel stupid about it.
Yeah, and I mean, you said that Universal pulls it off better, and I don't know that I'd necessarily say that. They have a better product. Is what I would say.
I don't even know that that's true. I think the fireworks and the parade feel bigger. But I think the problem is Disney doesn't understand what they're doing with that event. They've pushed the fireworks later, which the kids are all screaming or asleep by the time the fireworks happen, and the parents all look miserable.
Yep.
You know, just it doesn't. Disney doesn't understand who they're catering that event to.
Well, that's because they're catering to anywhere from like a 2-year-old to a 100-year-old. Universal knows who they're catering to, and they do a very good job at it. Disney has too wide of a target audience, and they don't cater to the entire audience well enough is basically the problem. But I think, I mean, I have issues with how the parties, the Halloween Horror Nights were run the 2 nights I was there. I mean, there were things that I would have liked to see them do better, just logistics and things like that. And I mean, they sent me a survey afterwards and I filled it out and I gave them all that feedback.
But at the same time, it's just you paid so much less and did so much more that how could you not, like, you give them a pass. The problem with Disney is at that price point, you don't have room to give a pass because everybody's going to feel like I need that amount of money's worth. And at that price point, your night needs to be flawless. And if it's not, you're going to go to guest relations.
Exactly.
Mighty angry.
So, we want to invite people to call in with their experiences as well. So that's 407-774-8255, 407-774-8255. If you want to talk about your experiences for Halloween at Disney, Universal, compare the two. My main problem, it isn't even with the Mickey's Not So Scary, because like I said, that yes, although it doesn't have the repeatability factor, it does have that. All right, it is still something I'd recommend to people, but I want a little bit more. Like, I want other things to do, especially now, like you said, after we saw what California was able to pull off here. Like,
well, Hollywood Studios is the park for it, and the problem is they did those stupid villain events that tanked, and then suddenly it was like, well, I guess we're not doing anything. Well, maybe you just shouldn't make that event. Maybe you should do something else.
Right. Well, I mean, and I don't even really want a ticketed event necessarily.
No,
like,
I agree with
I want
that.
something, like a Halloween overlay, like Cars Land did. That kind of thing looks spectacular over at DCA.
And it would be there, all day, and you would have like DC doesn't charge $90 extra for their Halloween stuff. It's just there, and it's there for everybody.
The overlay tower, or Rock and Roller Coaster for that matter. Yeah, both are easily overlaid in a short amount of time. Do one or both of those. You're doing it for Galactic Night. You're overlaying Rock and Roller Coaster, even though it's not my favorite thing. You know, there's at least effort there, so it shows it can be done.
Right.
You know,
I think
Toy Story.
Toy Story's supposed to have a Halloween version. I think it's coming, but
I mean, the thing is that at this point, studios just can't handle the number of people that would go to that. But
once Star Wars and Toy Story are done, I think it's got to happen.
Yeah.
Well, actually, what I would like to see happen is instead of having 3 to 4 parties a night at the Magic Kingdom, you do 2 a week at the Magic Kingdom catering towards kids, and you do 2 a week at studios that cater towards adults. You split it up so you have the same number of parties total, but they're in different places, which means you don't screw over the people visiting the Magic Kingdom by kicking them out at 7 o'clock, you know, every other day of the week. And you could have them.
What do you mean by adults? Do you mean like scary horror nights, or do you mean just?
I don't, not necessarily.
Unleash the Villains definitely went halfway between Not So Scary and Horror Nights. Remember, there was that show that was like contortionists and all that.
Yeah, the Oogie
very
Boogie
off the wall. Yeah,
that was. I mean, that was a great show for not anything that I expected it to be, and it wasn't really kid friendly. Unleash the Villains, in my mind, had the potential to be a great event that they just blew it because they sold way too many tickets. If they sold half as many tickets, that would have been a great event, and that's a perfect Halloween event at studios. I mean, throw in a couple attraction overlays, and you're good. Like Unleash the Villains didn't have trick or treat trails. That's the kind of thing.
Unleash the Villains had a really great lineup and 3 times the amount of people than it could have handled.
Yeah,
because I think that would have been like, even if they had charged me double. If you charged me double and had 1/3 the amount of people,
you would have had a great night.
That opening show with however many villains were there was insane.
Yeah.
It's
that was
fantastic.
Nuts. Yep.
The fireworks show's real solid. And there was a lot of really great meet and greet opportunities, but you couldn't do
hardly any of them.
3/4 of the night in line for Constantine.
Yeah. That's what was absurd about it.
I look at him, I go, "You're an idiot."
That's what was absurd about it.
3/4 of the night in line for one meet and greet, and you were okay with that.
But see, that's because
how
the problem was that was a one-night event. If they would do that twice a week for the month of October, you could absolutely pull that off with selling many fewer tickets.
Yeah.
You throw in a couple ride overlays, and I'd pay $80 for that.
I don't even need the overlays. I think they did enough for that to have been a fun event.
I'm just saying it because they could do it.
Tower seems like no brainer. Like even if they brought back that silly summer night-tastic version, at least it's something.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Jacob's calling in. He wants to talk a little bit about Disney Halloween. How you doing, Jacob?
Good.
So what's on your mind?
I haven't been. I went to Not So Scary for the first time in like probably 10 years on Sunday, and I was there from 7 to 11. And yeah, I just did the parade, the show, and the fireworks, and Haunted Mansion, and I left at 11, and that's all I could really do. So
were you happy?
And I met
with it.
Yeah, I had like a good time, like, but it's just too much.
All those pieces individually are fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't think anybody's going to knock any of those.
And I did the one meet and greet with Winnie the Pooh and all of them, and the meet and greets when they're in the costumes that's cool too. But and like the special photos.
Jacob, are you local?
I actually live closer to Tampa, so I go to Busch Gardens for the Hollow Scream every year.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm used to I'm always at that. So, and I went to Halloween Horror Nights for the first time last year.
Cool. Yeah, Hollow Scream is fun. I like that one too. It's no Horror Nights, but it's a good time.
Yeah, I don't know. Horror Nights, I wasn't too impressed, but I don't know.
Hollow Scream doesn't change enough year to year for me to be happy.
That's true, yeah.
Like they overlaid that vampire casino 8 times.
Yeah, they have houses that run for like 5 years because they only do like 2 new houses.
Yeah, but they've had some good ones. I remember like the Poe one was really good. A couple years ago, but yeah, they do a decent job. It's a good time.
Mm-hmm. I just like I felt like I mean, I know that there's just more people at Horror Nights, but I just felt like all the houses were more like just trying to like they felt kind of safer, like they were just trying to move people through a little faster.
I could see that.
Yeah,
there's just
not so scary. Just needs. They need more. Just one Halloween overlay on something, and that would help a lot.
Yeah, that would be neat.
I think so too. I think even more than a revamped fireworks or parade, I'd rather the money go into
a holiday.
I want the fireworks though. It needs to happen.
Yeah, I mean there's so much more they can do with fireworks now.
But the problem is easy overlays in that park. There's not a lot of opportunities, and I feel like they do like a cheap. I don't even know how this is possible because it's already garbage, but a cheap Ghost Galaxy.
Well, Jacob, thanks for your call. 407-774-8255 if you want to get in on the talk tonight.
I really want Hollywood Studios, especially doing California Adventure, Buena Vista Street, with the 30s style decorations. I love that. And I was like, this has to be Hollywood Studios.
Well,
like,
especially
you guys have to.
Announcing the Christmas kind of overlay there, right? I mean, there's
a Christmas tradition in that park, and that's why there's this fight to do Sunset Seasons greetings and the Echo Lake stuff.
I think it'll be cool though. So
I'm excited. It's not going to be Osborne, but I see a lot of effort there, and I'm cautiously optimistic so far.
Dress up Gertie as a vampire or something.
Oh. That'd be amazing.
Right?
Vampire Gertie.
Yeah.
I'm on board.
See?
I like that idea.
That park needs Halloween.
Yeah.
It absolutely needs Halloween.
Bring back Goosebumps.
Oh God, Goosebumps horror, man. Yeah, for those of you who think there's never been a haunted house at Disney World, there was. It was Goosebumps Horrorland. Look at it.
It's campy and it's more Disney than Horror Nights is, but that works and that's more.
And somebody in the chat said, how do you do something more adult but still Disney? And I think that's kind of the answer. Like, yeah, it was Goosebumps characters, but there was no reason that you couldn't do a house where a Disney villain pops out, because you think about Snow White Scary. That's kind of what Snow White Scary Adventures was.
Yeah. Yep.
Like the witch just popping out, and that was still family. Tweens would go in there and be, oh, that's cool. And I think that's what would happen at Disney. I think people love those characters so much that if you had like even just you did one house that was just like a house of villains, people would go through there, the characters pop out, and it'd be worth a chuckle or
that'd be amazing.
And people would love it. I think people would have a good time with it. It doesn't have to be Horror Nights. I am in no way saying Disney should do Horror Nights, because they shouldn't. It's not Disney. But Disney could do things that are halfway between the two and put on a slightly more, because that's kind of DCA, and you get this vibe. DCA is going down that route. DCA has the edgier side of Halloween compared to Disneyland. Because even Cars Land, which you think because it's based on an animated movie is going to be a little more cartoonish, there was a lot of much edgier stuff in there, like that dead car that's like reaching out of the grave and looks really scary looking. Like, it's not cartoon looking. It's like dead murder car coming to get you. And that was the whole vibe. Even like Buena Vista Street at night has oogie boogie noises, all these weird noises, and it's purple with red eye bats. It's none of that bright. And they went the whole different route, which was, all right, Disneyland's very orange and candy corn and Mickey jack-o'-lanterns. What are we doing at DCA? We're going to do dark purple and bats with red eyes, and it's going to be spooky. And then they have Monsters After Dark, which is also definitely a more adult attraction than, even Haunted Mansion Holiday or Ghost Galaxy.
And so the split between Disneyland and DCA is exactly what I'm proposing for Magic Kingdom versus Studios to split up the Halloween parties. I mean, Disneyland and DCA both do it and it's free, but Magic Kingdom and Studios could both have, hard ticket events and
I want Studios to not be ticketed. I think keep doing Halloween party at Magic Kingdom. But I think for studios, it would make sense that it'd be there all day.
I would like things to be there all day,
especially with Star Wars Land. How do you close that park to regular guests?
I don't think you could. You probably couldn't.
So to distribute guests in the park more evenly, you'd be like, all right, well, if you come in this time of year, not only do you get Star Wars Land and Toy Story Land, but we got an overlay of Toy Story Mania, and we got an overlay of Tower. And
actually, they probably need those year-round, themed to different things to distribute guests in that park once.
Well, that's why they're
opening.
Opens. That's why Runaway Railway even got approved.
Yeah.
So.
We could also do the Epcot International Halloween Festival.
See, Epcot doesn't work. How can Epcot do Halloween?
Spooks around the world.
Epcot International Festival of the
dead
Dream Finders.
They should do something in Mexico.
They could do like Dia de los Muertos in Mexico, but that's kind
all
of
the countries are haunted. You find the spooks.
You could do the storytellers. Like
they're doing food and wine. They're doing food and wine. Leave them alone.
Overlay food and wine.
Do Animal Kingdom.
Chester and Hester could be running their.
Why would Chester and Hester decorate for Halloween? They did this year, actually.
Yeah.
The dinosaur in the shop has fangs and a coat.
Amazing.
See, Gertie's going to get it next year. That's it.
But I mean, I would like to see, and I would pay for a Villains Unleashed type hard ticket event at studios. Even with the disaster that it was last time, I think I would definitely try it again because it's such a unique event. I would try it again and keep my fingers crossed that they learned from the last time.
Yeah. No, I'd give them a shot again. It's not like I'd be like, nope, not doing it again. And Galactic Nights worked great, so they've proven that hard ticket events in that park are possible.
Well, that goes because Galactic Nights wasn't a one night only thing,
but it was also it was a one night only.
Was it?
It was only the second night ever. It was one night in April.
Okay.
So it's not like it's a thing you could do all the time.
But the
price point is high. It's $119.
Yeah.
So I think kept enough people out, or they limited it enough.
Right, and like you said, you'd gladly pay double for Villains Unleashed if
it wasn't not crowded, but it was manageable. Like I saw fireworks. I did all the photo ops. I met characters. I did rides. I got the special food. Like I was able to do.
You did everything.
Everything I wanted to do at Galactic. Merchandise they had, everything was controlled, and
yeah, and that's what they need to do to pull off, whether it's a one night or a multi-night thing.
Yeah,
they need to make sure that can happen.
Yeah,
and then I'd be all for it.
Yeah, studios. I think studios has got to happen. Somebody said the occult beliefs of each country, but the problem is food and wine. Food and wine is doing enough there. There is zero reason.
I mean, Food and Wine starts at like 10 a.m. and runs till 10 p.m. every day.
Yeah. Epcot doesn't need it. It's not. It doesn't make sense. Epcot isn't like a story park. It doesn't make sense there. Like Magic Kingdom and Studios, it makes sense. Animal Kingdom, I think you could do some fun stuff.
Haunted Safari.
Yeah, like
I mean, Food and Wine proves Epcot doesn't even need attractions.
You do a safari at night, and you do a haunted safari.
The best thing would be
Disney's
like
whole thing is not scary.
The best thing would be like a treat trail. A treat trail through the closed universe of energy. I could go for that.
Zombie rhino attacks your vehicle.
Yeah, but even Animal Kingdom could do family friendly. Even I wouldn't be adverse to that. Just something.
Your safari driver turns into a vampire.
Dinoland. I think Dinoland would be fine.
So actually,
attacking people in the car.
Let me
bring
in. While we've got like 3 minutes left, let me bring in something that I think they could do with the safari that would be spectacular, is to turn it into a haunted hayride.
I was just going to say hayride. Yeah.
That would be amazing. I mean, you would obviously not drive through the safari, but using the safari vehicles for a haunted hayride somewhere else backstage,
would
be amazing.
Someone in the chat said adult-only masquerade parties at certain resorts.
Ooh, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
I've never been to a masquerade ball.
That is one thing. Like we didn't. I meant to get there earlier, but yeah, let's decorate the resorts like we do for Christmas.
Yeah, and I mean a lot of the resorts like that week or the week or two before will do a lot of activities.
Well, activities, yeah.
Which is cool, but they probably could do more. I don't know about some of the resorts don't lend themselves to it. I think. Like, I think that's the problem.
What's going on at Springs? What's happening at Springs event-wise for Halloween? Nothing?
There's stuff, but it's silly. There's a lot of food specials, and then there's a couple little photo ops and just some banners thrown here and there.
That'd be cool if they did like a photo op thing where they had different characters there each night.
Yeah, not characters. They're just
they're billboards.
Right. Well,
they do have the big pumpkins that used to be in Magic Kingdom, which is cool.
Huh. No, I'm talking like they do the Goofy and the Santa at Christmas.
Yeah. I don't know. Springs is weird. Yeah, the Victorian Halloween and Grand Floridian like fancy masquerade ball thing, I think
that'd be really cool.
I think that's $1 million idea, but will they ever do it? All right, we got a minute and a half left. So I want to say thank you, illustrious panel. Thank you to those who called in. Thank you, everybody in the chat. And don't worry, we have lots more Halloween goodness next week. Don't forget, we're here Wednesday for this show. And next Thursday, again, 11 p.m., the See Relate Halloween Spooktacular on the 26th. And you have to be a Patreon member at any level, including the lowest level. It's $2 a month. And you get to be a part of that. But Patreon members existing, don't forget, we have a post show coming up in a minute. We're going to be seeing you over there. And everybody else, we will see you on this show next week. So,
whoop, whoop.
There's our fancy playoff music. And remember, kids, final arrangements may be made at the end of the tour. Good night.